Hello and welcome to None Shall Intrude Descent. I was gonna say welcome back, I was gonna say welcome back because you've probably seen me play this before, probably, but yeah, that's the funny thing about this game. It kind of draws me back in every single time because I want to play a new build. I want to play a new build and I want to try something else out, right? So I'm going to be playing a automated fireball bombardment meteor craziness build. I actually did try a variant of this just now and it was extremely strong. I'm not playing with free fire breaths this time, so I'm a little bit worried about that because I'm thinking, hey, maybe that's actually the secret to why it's so good. But we're going to try something a little bit different here. So I'm just going to randomly choose now. I'm actually not going to be strategically selecting pretty much anything from this point onward, and we're going to see if that actually makes a difference. I'm personally believing right now that the ability to automatically just cast a fire breath for free is actually one of the most powerful things you can get in this game. Just having a fire breath that attacks multiple tiles at once is actually staggering. The amount of damage you can get out of that is really, really strong. And so I'm thinking that's probably what is going to be really, really important for us. But I am actually using Pyroblast, or Pyro, or whatever it's called in this game. Yes, Pyroblast. Yes, there we go. I'm actually using Pyroblast, and that is something that I've actually never used before. And I'm kind of thinking, hey, it seems pretty cool so far, because basically it scales with the amount of lava tiles on the floor. So you may be thinking, oh no, what are we going to do when we come, face to face with the dwarf, right? Because the dwarf obviously is the guy that is going to absolutely massacre anyone that has a significant amount of lava tiles. Well, funnily enough, I actually did do a... I'm just going to kill him off there. I actually did do a, as I said, I did do a run beforehand with a slightly different build. And let me tell you, I actually had an extremely easy time. I don't think I had any issues whatsoever with the dwarf. I just absolutely murdered him. And there was nothing he could do. I just removed his armor almost instantaneously. Look at how much damage we're actually capable of doing just from the first second of combat. It's actually insane. And being able to continue doing that damage throughout, because let's face it, every 3 fire cards, and this is a funny thing, because I'm thinking right now, what about if I were to take the talent that makes my fireball free? What if I were to do that? And then, do everything else the same way? Because imagine... Look at this, cast a meteor card every time 3 fireball or pyro cards are used. Obviously I can't use a huge amount of pyroblast cards because, well, let's face it, I can't, they cost 2, and you need additional AP to be able to make that work. So from my perspective, I feel like that is extremely, extremely strong. I'm actually just going to kill this just to get a little bit of extra gold here, and then we're just going to be maybe summoning something. Yeah, there we go. We summoned something for this, and there's actually nothing I can do about this one, so I guess I'm just going to create this and then maybe go for a firestorm or something like that in the next turn. But yeah, anyway, the point is we do have Pyroblast here, and it is infinitely scaling, basically. Pyroblast is an infinitely scaling ability as long as you have additional space on the field. That is pretty much all there is to it. As long as you have additional space, you can just gain infinite amounts of damage. And look at this. Look at how much we did there. Look at how much we did there. So this is exactly my point. We are just gaining so much damage for free just purely because we use Fireball so many times. And this is the funny thing. This activates. Otan Duel activates at the same time as a Melgion Scepter because it counts as me actually casting that, if you can believe it. So yeah, it's actually kind of insane. And this is one of those, this is one of those combinations that I personally really enjoy because it just fundamentally changes how you think about the game, because it just kind of opens your mind a little bit and is like, wait a minute. There are so many combinations you can go for with this, you know? That's what I'm trying to highlight here. There are so many combinations. I mean, look at how much damage I can do to this guy. It's just absolutely, yeah, it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Unfortunately for me, I don't think I'm probably going to be able to do any damage to this this thing up here. Oh no, there we go. We actually did do some damage to it. And we'll just do some rage attack right there, and he's going to die from the little lava tile. And then we've got this guy who's going to die from a fireball. And I'm actually not entirely sure. Oh, no, there we go. We got another one, and he's going to die instantaneously from a fireball. What's really funny about this too is that if I were to have anything, any kind of ability that were to buff my fireball damage, can you imagine how crazy that would be? So as you can see, lava plus fire gives +5 rage. So in other words, I'm going to be raging all over the place. Wow, okay. That sounds pretty good. I think I'm going to go for the random event right here. What is the meteor? What is the meteor cost? I was going to say. No, we're going to do this. There we go. And I'm going to gain some gold. Thank you very much. I kind of hope that I'm going to come across a merchant sometime soon. I highly doubt I'm actually going to, but you never know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. But hopefully I will. And let's just gain a little bit of this, do some of that, do this. That's not really going to do much, unfortunately, but we can maybe do that. There we go, kill those two. And, well, there's nothing else I can do here, unfortunately. But what's really funny is that the more enemies that are on the field, the better for me, because more meteors are going to spawn from the Otan Jewel. So every single time we have any amount of enemies on the screen, we are going to be able to proc the Otan Jewel. And as you can see, look at how many lava tiles we're spawning right here, and I can use rage almost all the time as well, which is absolutely crazy. And look at this, I can just do this. This is the reason why I'm getting so many wind cards, by the way, because I am just needing AP. I just need AP as much as possible. So much AP, you know, up the wazoo, basically. I need as much of that as possible. And as you can see, look at this. I'm gaining so much. And now I can even do this. Look at that. Boom. Even more. Unfortunately, I can't do more here, so that's kind of unfortunate, but that doesn't really matter. It's actually quite funny. It doesn't actually matter whether I actually kill anything here or not. I can pretty much just, well, relax. I don't need to really worry. Because these enemies are just going to die whether they like it or not. That's pretty much what's going to happen here. And I mean, you can see here, obviously you could go for a lava tile increasing build, which is something that I've actually used. I used that in the very first video that I made on this game. And it actually did really well, you know? It actually did really well, surprisingly. It was a bit slow. You know, don't get me wrong, it was a little bit slow and probably not something that you desperately want to use against something super high damaging. But there are a lot of ways that you can progress in this game, and that's the reason why it actually holds my attention so dramatically. Unfortunately, I'm going to need to go through this area here to be able to clear this area, because as you can see, it hasn't actually uncovered as much of the map as I would want it to. So that's a little bit unfortunate as well. That seems to be a bit of a problem there, but oh well, never mind. Can't really do much about it. We're just going to do some damage here. Yeah. We don't have any relics right now, which is also going to be a bit of an issue, so we're going to have to do something about that. Not sure what I can really do. So I guess the best thing for me to do is just to try and inflict as much, well, as many lava tiles as I can get, as much fire as possible on the ground here. Oh, there's another, okay, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be getting any additional gold. I mean, I don't need additional gold, do I? Do I need additional gold? I don't think so. But I guess, I mean, there's actually, well, I guess I could have spread some fire there with that wind, but I don't really see the point most of the time, to be honest. But yes, anyway, there you go. And we're going to kill that, get a little bit of extra gold. We've got 1,000 gold right now. 1,000 gold, actually pretty crazy. And we can now just skip the card selection there. And now we can do an attack on this one, and then we're going to clear this away. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't really want to have to fight this particular character, to be honest, because as you can quite clearly tell, it's not really super problematic for us to deal with this. As you see, it is very, very easy for us to deal with something this early on in the game, and you can see here that the Pyroblast itself, because it infinitely scales, the more that we can use our meteor, the more it's gonna do. It's just crazy good. It's just so good. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be maybe a little bit annoying. Not sure if I'm gonna be able to do this, actually. Can I kill that? Yeah, there we go, nice. Okay, so let's do this, and then do that. That's not really gonna do anything. I mean, she is going to attack us a little bit for 200 damage and then just get killed by the fireball. So, yeah, obviously, gold isn't really necessary right now, if I do say so myself. Gold is not really necessary at all. We are really, we are swimming in this like no one's business. And the only thing that we would really need gold for, to be honest, is if we find a merchant. And the funny thing is, and this is maybe going to, you know, blow some people's minds, but the fact that my last run that I did just before starting this recording, I had over 1,700 gold. 1,700 gold. And I literally had nothing to spend it on. There was nothing to spend it on because I couldn't get to a merchant. There was nothing I could do. So that's what I'm saying. It's very sad, very, very sad. Okay, boss power hits hero. Oh wow, that's actually kind of insane. Yeah, that is really, really strong. Okay, there's a merchant. Okay, fantastic. Let's go and speak to the merchant, see what we can get here. Firebomb deals plus 500 damage every 3 fire cards played. Yeah, let me take that. Firebomb deals 500 damage. Sure, I'll take that too. And let's get some card removal. Let's get some card removal. I don't really like upheaval that much. So I think I'm probably going to be getting rid of Upheaval because it is an Earth card. We're not really playing an Earth build right now, so I'm going to remove both of these. I'm going to keep Avalanche because Avalanche is a pretty cheap cost card. So that seems pretty good. I don't think we're going to remove anything else, and we're just going to be clearing out this little section here. Or at least I will hope to do so. Unfortunately, she does have a lot of... Yes, she has a lot of annoying ways of... doing things. Yes, she's got a lot of ice and water and all this stuff in this particular area. Not a big fan of that, thank you very much. I'm RPing my dragon right now. Yes, indeed. Not a big fan. I am a fire/earth/wind dragon, so I don't really appreciate all the ice and water and so on and so forth. I mean, at least we're not a Charmander, right? You know, if we were a Charmander, then we would have some issues with some water and things, wouldn't we? Okay, I'm actually just going to do some damage to this just to gain some gold, even though it's not really necessary, and I'll just use my rage attack. There we go. Alright, nice and easy. Okay, what do we have here? No, we're not going to be going for any of that. And do we want anything here? Gain 100 attack but lose 2,000 HP? No, I don't think I'm going to get that either. I could technically go for flare and all that stuff. Oh yeah, Earth plus Boulder. Yes, Earth plus Boulder gives 300 armor. I really don't care about that too much. That is actually kind of sad. It would have been nice if they had given us something a little bit more powerful there, but oh well, never mind. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to use my Pyroblast round about here because I just want to create lava tiles. That's literally all I want to do so that I can use my Whirlwind here and then I can create even more lava tiles. So I'm just going to do that over here as well. There we go, because the more lava tiles I can create, the more powerful that I actually get, right? So that's what I actually want to do. It doesn't really matter how I do it or, you know, what kind of, what is it now? What am I trying to say right here? It doesn't really matter how I get there, yeah, or you know, how much damage I'm actually dealing to the guy with my actual direct damaging cards. Because all that matters is powering up, right? All that matters is powering up with this particular build. Because what's going to happen eventually is we're going to have so many lava cards, or lava tiles, not lava cards, but we're going to have a lot of lava tiles, and all that we really want to do is use them. And look at how much damage I can do already. 2,700 damage. I can even do... I might be able to do a little bit more. Maybe I can do a little bit more. Unfortunately, I ran out just before I got to 100. Rage. We're going to be doing insane damage with that in just a moment, actually, by the way. And look at this. Boom. 3,100 damage. 3,100 damage just from our rage ability. And that's all thanks to our Rage Fire Amulet, hilariously enough, because we're gaining rage so much faster. Obviously, it is thanks to the other thing as well, the Hurdle of Humanity. It's very, very strong. Okay, so there is a random event there. I wouldn't mind another merchant, but unfortunately for me, I don't think I'm actually going to get that. Lose, nope. That is probably one of the worst events in the history of this entire game. Never take that if you can help it. And we're going to actually fight the dwarf this time. So here's the dwarf, and we're going to get to see a little bit about why this guy actually isn't super, super annoying. He's actually pretty doable, in my opinion. He's actually perfectly fine. And I don't really have a problem with him if he wants to do damage to us at all. As you can see, he's going to gain some armor right here, 1600. That's absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. That really does not make any difference to his success. We're going to do some damage here. Look at that. And let's continue to do some damage. So I'm going to continue to do some damage here. I'm going to try to spread my fire some more here. Continue to get some rage. As you can see, look at my rage generation. It's actually insane. We're getting so much rage right now. And as you can see, he did absolutely 0 damage. And look at what I'm going to be doing here. Okay, look at what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just target here so we can get even more. I'm going to use rage right now so that we can get 2500. Then I'm going to be using some more whirlwind here. Use more of this pyroblast. Get more rage. And then we can even do, oh, no, yeah, never mind. I was going to say we can even use another fire breath, but unfortunately not able to. But as you can see, look at how incredibly simple this guy is. Even when I double down and I go for a huge amount of lava tiles, it doesn't matter. Boom. It doesn't matter. I know in my first video that I created, everyone was, saying in the comments how I was, not really playing against the dwarf right, because I didn't read his abilities. But when you have a build like this, it does not matter, because you are literally just going to destroy everything. And obviously, my build beforehand, that was a lava tile based build. And the lava tile based build, as you might expect, is very slow. It is an extremely slow build, and definitely not something that you want to use against something like the dwarf, obviously. That's probably not going to be the best idea. Yeah, we're probably not going to be taking anything here either, which is somewhat unfortunate, but we do get something here. We do get a relic. Draw 1 card less each turn. All fire cards cost reduced by 1. Wow, that actually sounds really, really good. I'm going to probably take that. Let's see how that goes. Maybe that's going to be kind of fun. Anyway, this is the Dragon Slayer, as you can see. We did actually get pretty lucky with that particular relic. I think we got pretty lucky with that relic, because now what I'm going to be able to do is I'll be able to use pyroblasts for 1 cost, which is actually hilarious. I think this is actually really, really strong. Let me just see what I can do here. Let's just use that. Do this. I don't know. I'm basically just randomly pressing things right now. I'm not actually really taking into account anything right now. But all I'm wanting to do is just make sure I have at least a little bit of armor. That's all I really care about. Just a little bit of armor, because he is going to use an ability that will deal some, a couple of thousand damage to me if I don't have any armor. So I'd like to try and make sure that I do have some armor, just in case that does happen. Now we can continue to do this. Rage attacks, 2,700 actually. 2,700 damage. And we can also use Inflame here if we want to. But nothing else really. I mean, this doesn't, as you can see, this doesn't really make much difference. But yeah, as you can see, he's going to do 0 damage now because we have some armor. And that's the reason why I wanted to try and have some armor, at least a little bit. And as you can see, boom, look at that. I can use my rage ability once again. Absolute craziness. And I can use so many pyroblasts here now. I can even use some more of this. I can use another rage attack. Look, what is going on? What is this? What is this build right now? What is this? This is... Look at this guy. He hasn't even done... He's done no damage to me. He's done absolutely no damage to me. He's gonna die just now. Look at this. He is literally basically dead, and I can just kill him with a firebomb. Boom, he's down. And that's it. That is probably the fastest I have ever completed a run of this game, and I wasn't even trying to go fast, right? I wasn't even trying to go fast, but this is exactly what I'm talking about. If you get a really, really strong build, I'm not even talking about a build. This doesn't even need. You don't even need to think. You don't even need to think when it comes to this. because this is just super, super strong. This is what it looks like if you want to use it yourself. It is using the Dragon Rider Gauntlet, Emelgion's Scepter, and the Otan Jewel. I'm sure there are a number of other things that you could potentially do as well. Like, for example, you could probably do this. If you cast 3 fire cards in one turn and then pair that with Emelgion's Scepter, that is going to be insane. Because imagine there are 3 enemies, you cast 1 fireball, boom, Lava Tile's gonna gain 100 damage. Fireballs also dealing additional damage, plus 100 damage, and you're casting fireballs every single turn on each enemy. I mean, there are so many different possibilities in this game, and I really actually cannot wait until the game fully releases into its full version, because really, I just want a huge tree. You know the game Path of Exile? I want a skill tree like that in this game. But it won't be like that, I'm pretty sure. It won't be like that, but maybe. Who knows? Who knows? There's maybe something a little bit more expanded than what we have here. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.